Welcome back to the Pig Trail. Our recruiting insider Otis Kirk joining me as always. An interesting week for the football program, to say the least. They lost a lot of recruits as well. No offensive commits anymore. No Texas commits anymore. Who remains?
Well, that was kind of one and the same there, because I was just thinking when we were waiting to go in the air, you know, we had talked about all the Texas kids decommit, but all 7 of those kids were offensive players. So, you know, and then Darren Turner was the one from Memphis who was a wide receiver or safety kid. He decommitted, but you know, you still got the 3 in-state kids: Cottrell Wallace from Bryant, Blaine Toll from Hazen. You've got Jashad Stewart from Jonesboro. You got the 2 kids from Knoxville West, and you've got Mike Harris, who was the last commitment from Phoenix City Central, a teammate of Amani Spivey down there. You know, could some of these kids decommit? They could, or they could look around, but it's good the 3 Arkansas kids are hanging in there, because I think they should. And I'm not trying to recruit them or anything. I'm just saying, I think some of them may look around. I think it's smart to go ahead and let this thing play out. So those 3 have wanted to go to Arkansas, so you know, let's play out. Let's see what Arkansas does. You know, and there's when the new coach comes in, he's going to have no offensive commitments, because all 3 of the Arkansas kids are basically, now Blaine Toll is a defensive end, but Jashad Stewart, defensive end, but could play linebacker. Cottrell Wallace, linebacker, could play defensive end. Knoxville West, you know, Drew Francis is a linebacker. You know, the other kid is a defensive end. And Mike Harris is a cornerback, like I talked about. So a lot of this is just going to have to be determined when the new coach gets here. Yeah,
Barry Lenny Jr., interim head coach right now. They decided to use this bye week to spend it with their team. They didn't go recruiting at all. Why is that? Well,
here's the deal on that, and people are confused on this. When Barry said they'd used their visits, what he's talking about, in the fall, you can go, during the season, you can go watch each player play one time. You can go to their school, you can go watch them play. You're not allowed to talk to them. I'm not saying coaches don't say hi to kids. I mean, everybody does it. But I'm just, right now, they can't go talk to kids, and they can only go watch them play one time or go to school. And Arkansas had seen, you know, Steve Colwell had seen Blaine Toll. He had seen Jashad Stewart. He'd seen Cottrell Wallace. John Chavis went and saw the kids in Knoxville, you know, and Coach Craddock had seen the kid in Alabama. So this all rolls over. When the new coach gets here, they will be allowed to go into the homes and talk to the kid, do in-home visits. That's something that you haven't been. This had no bearing on that. This has, what Coach Lunny was talking about, has no bearing on that. The one thing that is messed up is the kids that have taken official visits in the class of 2020 cannot take another official visit to Arkansas. If they come back and see the new coach at Arkansas, it'll have to be on an unofficial visit. So the ones that have taken official visits, and you can't, and somebody will probably say, well, you've got to. It starts in the spring. You know, this is at every school. Every school that undergoes a coaching change, the kids that have taken official visits, those are used. And with the early signing period coming up, I want to say it's December the 18th through the 20th, but it's a 3-day period there in December, and you've got to bring the kids in the spring. So it's no one's fault. It's just the unfortunate things that happen when you have a coaching change. There's many reasons to hit the right coach. That recruiting is certainly one of them. It's not the only, but it's certainly one of them.
Well, Otis has put together a list of some of the coaches that Arkansas may or may not be looking at, some guys that might be a good hire. You can check that out on our website, hogville.net. Otis Kirk, as always, thank you so much. We'll be back with more on the Pig Trail after the break.